It's a tradition as rich as the game itself. Baseball and Florida. The greatest names of the game have played on our fields. Ruth, DiMaggio, Musial, Mays. Some of the first baseball movies were shot on location in St. Petersburg. Currently, 11 major league teams call the Suncoast home during spring training. But that's not enough. The Tampa Bay area wants a Major League Baseball team of its own. The city of St. Petersburg gambled and built a palace for the great American pastime. The only thing missing is a team. Maybe after today in Cleveland, we are a step closer to Major League Baseball.
Play ball! While it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. While it's
the old ball game. Ladies and gentlemen, the legendary Tommy Walton, known throughout the land as the Singing Peanut Man. Not to mention all the other things he sells at Al Lang Stadium. What a fitting way to open this special baseball night, family night in the Bay Area here on Channel 8. Good evening, I'm Bob Hite.
And I'm Gayle Sierens, and we are at Al Lang Stadium in St. Petersburg. It's been a fabulous evening so far, and this is Channel 8's Family to Family Night. And so we are surrounded by a lot of Bay Area baseball fans, and we've been having a pretty great time here ourselves tonight. In fact, just about an hour ago, Bob and I had the opportunity to throw out the first pitch of the game. Now, I don't know about you, but that was the first experience for me to ever be able to do something like that.
We wanted Gayle to sing the national anthem, too, but she declined.
I want you to take a look, though, at these pitches now. I just want you to take a look at the style here and tell me what you think, folks. Right in there, hummed it right
Gayle.
in there with the
That's
plate.
true.
That's it. Now here we go.
Did you see that? He almost couldn't handle it.
That's it. The pitch was so fast that he just couldn't get to it. But that's what it's been like here tonight, and everybody's been having a great time.
Right now, the St. Pete Cardinals are playing the Dunedin Blue Jays. The score is tied up 2-2. It's really an exciting evening. The stands are almost full. A lot of red hats here in honor of the occasion of Channel 8's night here, as well as being the St. Pete colors. And, of course, there's a much bigger game going on elsewhere in the land, in the city of Cleveland, where Major League Baseball is discussing its expansion plans.
And that's what we're really here for tonight, to talk about what's going on with those expansion plans. And we're going to be heading out not only around our state, heading up to Cleveland, all around where baseball is talking about the decision made today in Cleveland about putting expansion teams on the field in 1993. And we'll hear from some of the insiders who think that we have a pretty good chance of having a baseball team in the Suncoast Dome by 1993. And with more on that, our sports director, Mr. Dick Crippen.
Dick?
Well, thank you very much, Gayle and Bob. And as I sit here in the press box at Al Lang, I can't help but think what it's going to be like sitting in the press box for a major league game at the brand new Florida Suncoast Dome. And maybe today in Cleveland we moved just one step closer. The National League has been meeting in Cleveland, Ohio for the past 2 days. The topic has been very much expansion. Today they announced a timetable for that expansion and talked about some of the criteria they will use in choosing the two cities that will get two National League franchises down the line. Now tonight we're going to investigate the contending cities and we're going to compare their chances to ours. We'll discuss with baseball's national sports writers which cities they feel are likely to be chosen. And we'll examine just what it takes to put a baseball team on the field after baseball awards those franchises. Chris Thomas covered the announcement today in Cleveland, Ohio. He joins us now from the lobby of the Stouffer's Hotel where it was all happening. Chris, let's start first of all with an explanation of what went on today.
Well, first of all, Dick, let me say that my idea of a good time is a bag of peanuts, a cold brew, and some hardball. Take me out to the ball game, but get me out of a hotel lobby chasing around rich baseball owners. Tampa Bay's Tampa Bay's quest for Major League Baseball will either end by late December of this year or continue into 1991. Under the timetable announced today, the National League Expansion Committee will eliminate all but a handful of hopeful cities by the end of this year. And then by September of 1991, the two winners will be announced. Today's announcement mostly reiterated previous criteria for expansion hopefuls. Strong, stable ownership, able to financially endure expected early losses. Local ownership, one person clearly in control of the franchise. Strong demographics, television and radio. And a baseball-only stadium with a preference for an open-air natural turf stadium. Commissioner Fay Vincent said it was only a preference of baseball for that last item, and Expansion Committee member John McMullen reiterated the point.
What he was saying is that he himself would prefer a grass field. That's not the, on the other hand, Mr. Danforth started out by saying everyone's on a level playing field and they're all going to start together. You heard him talk about many, many other factors. There's no one factor which is going to determine the selection.
So the competition begins, and here are the primary dates. Interested cities with a $100,000 deposit must apply no later than July. By September 30th, the league will have interviewed prospective owners. By year's end, the expansion committee will eliminate all but 3 to 4, maybe 5 cities and announce who is still in the running. Early in 1991, the committee will visit those cities still in the running. Next June 1991, the committee will make its first recommendations at the baseball summer meetings. By late September of 1991, the committee will make its final recommendations. The final decision will then be made public. By June of 1992, the 2 teams will be eligible to start minor league operations. In November of 1992, each new team will draft 36 players from existing National League teams. And finally, in April of 1993, Major League Baseball will begin in 2 new cities. Well, you're going to meet some of the big players in this game of expansion baseball, and one of them is with us tonight. In fact, is with Dick Crippen down at Al Lang Stadium in St. Petersburg. Businessman Frank Morsani, who has been pursuing this dream of Major League Baseball for quite some time. Dick, I'd like to ask the first question of Mr. Morsani, and thank you, Frank, for joining us. There's been some speculation about your relationship with Bill Mack, the financial arrangements of your investment group. Could you bring us up to speed on that? And can you go to the National League Expansion Committee, let's say, in as strong a position as your formidable competition?
Well, our group, we're in the process of finalizing a couple of new partners, as you know. We're optimistic that we'll be able to certainly comply with any requirement by Major League Baseball. Mr. Mack and I have been together, as you know, for a long time. We're hopeful that it will work out for the 4 of us, but under any scenario, we have the economic weight to handle Major League Baseball's requirement under any circumstances.
Frank, let me ask you a little bit about today's decision, what was made, the expansion timetable. Any surprises? Was it an advantage or a disadvantage to your efforts? How did you look at it?
Well, there were no surprises. I think that, as I said, I think we're still the competition. I think when you examine it, and you examine as an example what they asked about governmental support and local support, I think that the Dome Stadium in St. Petersburg demonstrates graphically that the city of St. Petersburg has made a tremendous investment without a tenant. I think the state of Florida, who was willing to give a $30 million grant, also demonstrates tremendous support. So I think we have local and state support.
So you feel that all of the criteria remains basically the same and that you've met it all?
Absolutely. We'll be able to meet it all.
Okay. Well, we all agree that the announcement is probably one more step in the favor of awarding a franchise, and hopefully that franchise, one of them anyway, will come to the Tampa Bay area. 4 other cities are considered front runners around the nation for all this, and when we come back, we're going to take you to those cities and check out the competition. You may want to get a pencil and paper because we'll give you a way to score it, and you can just see how you score and how we score, and let's see if we don't come out winners.